So in this video I'll be talking about set provings, and before we go deeply into set provings, you have to know some laws of set provings, because this law is what will help us whenever we want to solve anything under set proving. So I'll be giving um I'll be giving out the laws. Please, you can write it down in your working sheet. Okay, so now the first law is commutative law. This is commutative. A intersect B is the same thing as saying B intersect A. A union B is the same thing as saying B union A, and it makes sense. If A equal to 1 2 and B equal to 3 2, now A union B is what? 1 2 3, and B union A will surely be what? 3 2 1, and if you rearrange you have what? 1 2 3. Yeah, it makes sense. So that is commutative law. Now the second law that we want to talk about is associative law. Associative. A intersect B in a bracket intersect C is the same thing as saying A intersect B intersects C. Now this associative, note one thing there, they are having the same sign, which is intersection. Then we can write it as intersection A intersect B intersect C without putting the bracket. That is associative for you if they are having the same sign. So now the next law that we want to talk about is distributive law. This distributive law is very simple. In aspect of mathematics, we all know this distributive law. When you have x in bracket of x plus y, open the bracket, x square plus what? Xy. What we just did here is open the bracket abi in algebra, but in set theory we call it what? Distributive law. So that is what it entails. A union B intersect C. You know, B intersect C is in one bracket. Now we want to, it's like multiplying A with what? With this bracket. So A union B, then intersect A union what? A union C. That is distributive law for you. So the next one to talk about is identity laws. Identity. What are identity laws? A intersect universal usually give you A. Now it makes sense. Let's say your universal equal to 1 2 3 and your A equal to 1 2. Now what is A intersect universal? That means what appear in universal and also in what? In A. That is what? 1 2, which is equal to what? A. It makes sense. Now A union universal will still give you what? Universal. So that is what we know by what? Identity laws. Now this one is called double component law. Double component law. That means A prime, open a bracket, what? Another prime. It's just like when you find a particular prime, then you find a prime again, you know, we result back to what? Result back to A. You can try it. Let's say our universal equal to 1 2 3 and our A equal to what? 1 2. Okay, now A prime will be what? Element in universal that is not in what? In A. That's what? 3. Now we want to find the prime of this element that is in universal that is not in this prime. That is what? 1 2, which is equal to what? A. So that is how to do that. Now the next law is idempotent laws or idempotent. Now A intersect A will still give you A. That's normal. Now when you have A equal to 1 2 and you want to find A intersect A, you will still find 1 2 there. Now that is the meaning of idempotent, and A union A will still give you what? A. Now the next law is De Morgan's law. De Morgan's. This one is very very simple in the aspect of set provings. When you have A intersect B in a bracket and you have prime at the top, then it simply means that prime will come inside and it will change the sign. If you are having intersection before, it will change to what? Union. If you are having union before, it will change to what? Intersection. Now the next one is absorption law. Absorption, like this one is telling us that when two things are common, like A union A intersect B, you know, A is there, now it's equal to what? A. It makes sense. Look at this. Let's say you have A to be 1 2 and you have B to be 3 4. Now A A intersect B? Notice that no common element, that is empty, right? Okay, good. Now A union empty will surely give you A. Now what is our A? A equal to what? 1, 2. It makes sense. So the last one that we'll be talking about is what? Set difference. And A difference B is the same thing as saying what? A intersect B prime. So all these laws is what we are going to be using to prove. So please try to know these laws as we proceed in the lesson. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please try to do so and share with your friends. Thank you.